Hare Krishna. Okay, this is the 26th of April. And let's see, 26th, 29th is Tuesday. Very, very special day. Very, very special day. The moon and the sun go into very special positions. So try to observe that day. Akshay Tritiya. The third day that the moon is waxing. Third day that the moon is waxing. Akshay Tritiya. So many wonderful things happen on that day. So summer's coming on here. It's getting a little hotter every day. Cool winds here in Vrindavan in the morning. And it's really nice because the rain stopped. And that's really important in this area because the wheat has to dry out so that they can pick it up. And even some people are still cutting it by hand. And it's really beautiful. The whole family goes out to their land and they cut. It takes about 3 days for them to cut and pick it up, move it. Then they have for the rest of the year what they need and they sell the rest. So it's a family-oriented thing. It's nice. There's not too many family businesses in the world, but this is one of them. The harvesting of the wheat around here. Okay. Now, this is not appropriate for ladies because it's for what you would call the person that wants to understand himself. I want to understand myself. If I've taken this human birth, human body, I would be seen by the upper terrestrial, the other planets and everything, as a person that is here to propagate. This earth is for propagating, having children, raising family. This is the purpose for this earth. Celestial planets, you could say, there is no birth and growing up and school and that. And in the lower planetary systems, there is, of course, much punishment. But here, the manner that a living entity gets a chance, and it's a good chance, to come to this planet, it's like, oh, so wonderful. Because from this planet, you go through that whole process, You go through the process of being born, growing up, going to school, this, that, and the other, and having children. So here I am. I've been given the, benefit of coming here to this world to make progress. And from this world, you can make progress and go into the spiritual world too. So it's got, in the upper planetary systems, okay, you get there because you've done something nice here, okay? So what is more important? This place is the important place because this is the place where you can do something and go there and take a vacation. Still in the material world, but just take a vacation here. Okay, so this place is very important. So being a very important place, and being that there's other living entities that want to come here, I have a duty to help invite them by propagating them. So this body that I have is made for the propagation of living entities. That's its purpose. That's how it's being made. That's how it's being handled and everything. Whereas in the other two, in the upper planetary system and lower planetary system, it's not like that. Their body is not like that. Their body is for a different purpose altogether. Okay? So, brahmacharya is that, or the celibate student is that person that wants to understand when to do and when not to do. Not if to do or not to do, but you know, how to do, when to do, what should I do? Because I have this propensity, and the propensity is natural within me to have children. That's it. And the propensity is very strong. So I'll put a video on a very scientific approach to this problem of, especially, I'm talking about the men's problem of the prostate. And the conclusion on the scientific side is a conclusion that goes along with the whole, you know, 99% of the people, they want to enjoy until they die. They want to have children until they die, you know. So it's not wrong, but it doesn't give a chance for higher understanding. It's a problem. It's not wrong. I got the body for it and everything, and it works like that. So, but we would conclude, okay, I have no other choice than to follow this, unless I really get real strong and with real determination. But it's so hard with everything that's going on around you. You're at a loss. You're at a loss. So this body is constructed in a way that there is a mystery. You know, not everybody it's not a mystery to everybody. Kundalini knows the mystery, and the Buddhists know the mystery, and everything. It's just a redirecting of the energies. That's all it is. Redirecting of the energies. And you can have a conclusive idea that you are directing the energy. You are directing the energy. So there is an asana, and I'll try to get this. Yeah. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to set the thing up. Okay. You'll just have to readjust your eyes. I can't readjust twice the camera. Okay, let's see what we got here. Wait a minute. Got to get further away. Okay. And put it down a little bit. Okay. Okay, I hope you can see, you know. I'm just sitting like this, you know. This is called Vajra Asana. It's good for after eating meal and everything. You're just sitting on your ankles. Just sitting on your ankles. That's a typical, very common stance. So in this other asana, it's called the Brahmacharya asana. Let's put this a little bit further back. The person just has to grab and put his ankles on either side down. Okay. And yeah, you better believe this hurts. For a person who hasn't done this all his life, it hurts. Now, you were to ask, well, how I know if this is actually working for me? Well, I'll tell you. It's easy to figure out. It's very easy to figure out. Right here, it is burning like anything. the nerves, they burn. When you're dealing with electricity and everything, if there is a short or there's something that's obstructing the flow of electricity, it'll certainly give a burn. So that burning that I'm feeling right here, which is pretty intense, burning, that burning is showing me that there are nerves going up that have blockage that shouldn't be there. Now, I don't do this often, this asana, but I like to do it because older body, younger body, probably more agile, but that can definitely show you that there is something wrong within the body. Now, another thing that will show you, you would have to really like run hard, work out, or something like that to sweat, But you do that asana just for a few minutes, and your underarms will sweat. And not only does the underarm sweat, this is the person that doesn't understand that there's two. What we're talking about is that there's two canals. One canal, the prostate, is used for propagation of the human being. That canal is the most opened. That canal is like the easy to open one. But the prostate doesn't have one function. It's not an organ of one function. It's so misunderstood, badly misunderstood. It has another function too. And that function is the semen going down the canal and then going up the spine. So you're coming to the conclusion of, right here, the prostate has two ways to do things. In the later years, the men aren't able to clean out the prostate enough, so it gets blockage. In the video, the person will be telling you. So they take the position that he should masturbate more often. That's their only way out. You can't blame them. They don't know the science. You got to stop and think. They really don't know the science. Yeah. If they knew the science, they wouldn't say such a thing. That your only way out is, until you're dead. But that is family life. That is family life. That is part of family life. Just regular part of family life. So they feel that he made an organ and you have to use it. Or that organ's going to obstruct you and give you trouble. It'll become enlarged. There's so much out there about it, about the prostate. So much. It's like an attack on an organ, and that God made a mistake because, when I get old, this, that, and the other. He didn't make any mistake. You just haven't used it in the right way. There's no reason to attack it. And when you attack it, almost everybody that does attack it, they can't stop urinating during the day. Some urine always is coming out because the prostate was stopping it. So now that one becomes aware that, oh, the prostate, but how can I know if the prostrate's, well, easy. When the person becomes either angry, person becomes sick, or they become sexually agitated, a certain smell emanates from here. Actually, it's a smell to, it's like, you know, the dogs have a smell, the cows have a smell, and then the bull comes over to see them, you know, and everything like that. Well, we have a smell also. That's a very pungent smell. Not a regular smell, it's a very pungent smell. Just by doing that asana, that smell will come out. It means, and it should be concluded, that just that asana, and you can go on the internet and see brahmachari asana, celibate asana. It's explained vividly there. I have an asana where I can move it, and I'm not going to have trouble with my prostate in the later years. And I don't have to be thinking that, well, my wife left me, now I got to masturbate for the rest of my life. And in that context, you know, don't even think of the word masturbation as bad. It's like almost a necessity. It's a necessity. For those that don't understand the reason for the prostate, and big scientists too, they don't understand, and they're not able to give you a relief. Yeah, they're not able to give you a relief. You have to really Google every video you can to see if you can find a relief from something. No relief for them. But that simple asana, it hurts. Yeah, it hurts. That simple asana, you know, can help you out so much. Little simple asana helps you out so much. And if you want to know if you're doing it right, don't worry, it'll burn. Yeah, it'll burn. Definitely it'll burn. And just by sitting a few minutes, I was doing this on another pad. The floor is pretty doggone hard. But I was doing it on a nice pad and it wasn't hurting so much. You can have a nice pad and not feel the pain so much. But the pain is almost like you want to feel it. Because you want to get that nerve, and you want to tell that nerve, I'm going to move you, and you're going to get rid of this. You know? I'm going to move you, and you're going to get rid of this. You just sit down, you grab your leg, then you... Oh. Let's see. At least I want to... The floor is just so hard. Yeah. Oh. Pretty hard. And pretty burning. And then try as much as you can to put the knees together. And you're not supposed to have your hands back here. You're supposed to have your hands on your knees. But ow! Whoa! Oh, the floor is pretty doggone hard. Oh, feel just that right there. Just that right there. And that's telling me my nerve is blocked. And that's sending a signal to my prostrate and saying, hey, you're blocked. And it is. My prostrate's blocked. So don't feel, with that, don't feel like, oh, I have to do like 10,000 exercises to help my prostrate, or else go out and have some fun with a lady or something like that. No. Because that's the only alternative. Either, if you're not married, you got to go find a girl. And if you are married, then you got to find that girl too. Yeah. It becomes a total, you know it's not true. You know it's not true. God's not going to set things up like so stupid that you have to be masturbating until the last breath. That's about like the stupidest thing in the world, but that's their only opportunity. They don't know there's two canals. And at the young age, both canals are open. You're born with both canals open. But as it goes on, your canals, you or I open one canal more and it shuts the other canal. That's what happens. So there's no essence of life. Semen is the essence of life. One little drop of semen is made by so much blood. It's like takes so much blood, so much effort. And the prostate is about the only organ in your whole body that has 7.4 alkaline. The rest of your blood and everything is just 7.3. And you would say, well, that's only a 0.1, 1/10 of a difference. No, it's not. That's an exponential. When they're putting down that's an exponential increase. It's not a linear increase. So 7.4 is pretty much higher than 7.3. Not a little bit higher. Yeah. So it just comes to memory because I sat with the, this is personal thing because Hare Krishna and everything. I sat with the Ayurvedic doctor here in Vrindavan that was taking care of Srila Prabhupada. And Narottam Gupta. And I sat with him and I talked to him, and he was telling me some things that he observed about Srila Prabhupada. And he said that he had fasted to such a point, and his body was without fat. There was no fat. And he said the nerves were not coated with that. There's a fat that coats the nerves so you don't feel the burning. So he said that burning is so intense, but yet he was seeing that Srila Prabhupada was laying there tranquil, calm. He showed no symptoms of burning. So when I feel pain here, just on a foolish little asana, and I'm feeling some burning pain, and then if I was to imagine my whole body having that pain, yes, his whole body was having that pain, but why wasn't he feeling it? He had no obstructions. Absolutely no obstructions. His body was free-flowing. All his energy was free-flowing. No resistance at all. No burning, not even in the nerves. Even down to that point, his body was so purified, so unobstructed, so natural, calm. Yeah. It just brings to light to me how much obstruction I've got in my body. I'm not going to get upset, or I'm not going to get, feeling bad about it or anything like that, but I know that there's some good job to be done. Get the flow of the nerves to go. And so I hope you get the picture. I'm just trying to present, because I have never taken a position against having family, having children. I've never taken that position and said, oh, brahmachari, 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 or celibate, celibate, celibate. No, I've never taken that position. But I wanted to understand what's going on. So now I have a more of an understanding of it. There is a way out. And it's an obvious way out. And it doesn't take a lot of kundalini. It doesn't even take a lot of that asana. It just takes sometimes doing the asana and getting it to move, getting the energies to move. And just by feeling the pain on that nerve and also smelling the pungent smell, it definitely shows you that it's the same reaction. The same reaction, sex life, anger, or unhealthy body. But in this case, it's a cleansing smell. And it's very pungent. So it definitely points out that the energy has moved. Even if I did it out in the front on a soft pad. that was easier. Yeah, I did it on a soft pad for about 10 minutes or so. Yeah, maybe less. Yeah, so even just doing that for a little while, every once in a while, it does help. It takes blockage away. It's amazing. When there is blockage, there is heat. When there is blockage, there is heat. And that heat has to be relieved. If you don't relieve the heat in one way, you'll be relieving the heat in an uncontrolled way. If you don't relieve the heat in one way, you definitely will be pushed to relieve the heat in an uncontrolled mind way. So it's better to relieve the heat in a controlled mind way than in an uncontrolled mind way. Okay, I think that's enough. I'll put the brahmachari video up and everything and send it out, and this anybody can see. This wasn't made for ladies, excuse me. And I did turn that phone this way and that way, but my studio isn't professional. And not that I'm telling you what to do, but I could go over the videos that I have done, and sorry to say, I don't see any likes. On one like it was up to 400. That was it. You know, but no comments. Absolutely no comments. I get no comments. So I'm not saying, of course, donations. There's no, there's nothing. I'm always asking for donations. So, but it's all right. I'm not here for that. I just feel that for me it's disgusting to hear people complain about the prostate so much and immediately want to take it out. As if God made a, mistake. Yeah. Yeah, if God made a mistake. Some yogis said that actually, for a yogi, this is a very good thing because that is one of the holes to plug up. So plugging up the holes and only leaving the upper hole open makes the living entity leave from the upper part. But for the most part, people that want to live a regular life, if the prostate does enlarge, if it does block and everything, and it does obstruct the flow of the urine and everything, then it isn't so desirable a thing. But don't think that God made a mistake. He didn't make a mistake. We just don't know how to use this body in the correct manner. No mistake on his side. But again, I'm not going against the scientist because he made a good study about it, and he has a good heart to help people out that are suffering. I wouldn't put him down, but just for the people to know about it. Yeah. Yeah, I hope you got some benefit out of that.